Hello and welcome to Mystic Brick. My name is Sean, and on this channel I'm going to be building fantasy medieval Lego MOCs. Full disclosure right away, I am an amateur builder, okay? If there are titans of the Lego building community out there, you can consider me the lowliest peon, okay? I'm the bottom rung of that ladder. But my hope is that this channel might provide a roadmap for any of you that are just starting to get into MOC building. Let's learn together. Let's hone our skills together. That's kind of the point of some of this. What I'm going to be doing at first is detailing the builds that I make and reviewing the techniques. For this build specifically, it is 16 base plates large, and I hope to cover 2 of those base plates per episode. And then for a final 9th episode of this series, I'm gonna spin a tale around the whole thing because that's what I truly am as a storyteller. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then hopefully we can carry that story on into future builds, which will be a lot of fun. If you have any advice or guidance for me at any time, please feel free to give it in the comments below. I'm happy to receive it. Yeah, at some point I'm going to get to speed builds and reviews, but I really need to refine my building process before I even think about doing any of that. So yeah, without any further delay, let's look at that build. So here it is in its entirety. As you can see, it's very heavily botanically themed. I think most of my MOCs will be. I love nature. It's just who I am. But the anchor point, if you will, for this diorama is the medieval Blacksmith set from the Ideas line. A lot of people have made dioramas around this set, and I just really wanted to do one set sort of in the forest. Talk more about that, but yeah, here we go along. The scene really is that the Black Vulcan Knights are returning from receiving their bounty of weapons and armor from the blacksmith, and they're about to be ambushed by some rather eclectic bandits. And that's all I'm going to say about that for now. We'll dig into that later. But yeah, I got some cool elements. This is a tomb that has a tree growing on top of it. I had fun building lots of trees in this diorama, many different techniques. A lot of them were just sort of ad hoc and stuff that I came up with, so I hope they worked out. But this base plate here is not finished. I need to finish that. So that'll be a nice surprise. These are kind of ancient ruins set out in the forest with some of the bandits establishing their encampment here. Of course, you've got to have some pirates within any good medieval MOC. So here they are, having a jolly old time. And yeah, we'll dig into more about what's going on here. It's some fun building vines and different botanical elements here. This is the Wizard's Tower. I'm still kind of working on this a little bit. It's a bit of refinement. We'll discuss a lot of the techniques and the things that I don't like about what I've done and what I've learned in the process and how I'm going to change that stuff in the future. But yeah, more on that to come. This is the Witch's Hut, which is not quite finished yet either, so that will be nice to talk about when it is fully completed. Here's the witch cutting some flowers in her flower garden. More trees, fun stuff. The river was a lot of fun to make, and I have some ideas for future designs as well. Yeah, here's a nice kind of look at the whole thing. Lots of animals. I really wanted to, make sure I had a lot of fauna in here with all of the flora as well. So yeah, I had so much fun building this. We'll detail every piece, but this, in a nutshell, is what it looks like. And now let's dig in to those first 2 base plates. Okay, so this is the medieval Blacksmith from the Lego Ideas line, and it is just a wonderful set. I think most people agree probably one of the best, if not the best, Ideas set ever made by Lego. I learned so much from building this set. It's so intricate, so many details, wonderfully designed. I can't say enough good things about it. The 2 minifigs you get are great, the Blacksmith and the Huntress, and they come with their little dog too. I've certainly added some things and changed some things. So I gave them a little cat because I figured why not. And then I put the whole set on top of this base plate. I think that crate has a leak in it. And then of course I've got a planter here with some spring herbs and vegetables. Gotta have a watering can, right? For the tree, this was actually an apple tree. It is an apple tree, and it had apples on it, but I decided to put blossoms instead because I'm going for a spring theme in this whole MOC. Again, lots of other little details. I added that pink frog and the rat there, which I thought was kind of cool. But, and all these floral elements. There was a pumpkin and a gourd over here, but I replaced those because, again, not fall, right? And put a little bit of smoke out the chimney at the top here. But yeah, otherwise, all the rest is unadulterated. I did add the chest, which has the gold in it that the Black Vulcans have just delivered. The forge is brilliant. It's got this little light up function, which I think is just fantastic as well. And of course, this whole build is modular. And comes apart really nicely and easily. I love the way that this roof is designed. You can just really pick it apart. And then, yeah, this is the top portion where they have their bedroom. I love the bearskin rug, the little writing desk and chair, and the fire in the background there. Just wonderfully designed. And then as we go down into the next layer, it's sort of the living quarters where you have the kitchen. So many fun elements in here for sure. Butter churn in the corner. I love the carrot that's been chopped. I think that's really cool. And you got a whole little scene happening here where you've got, a turkey leg and some leafy greens and then a pot on the stove which swivels. I think that's so cool. Fully functional door over here. Lots of fun. Yeah, the little candle in the corner is also, just again, so many great elements. Gotta love it. And then, yeah, we're gonna go down into the final level. I'm gonna struggle with this a bit. Pulling this piece off with one hand was not so easy, but there we go eventually. Fun stuff. Yeah, here we go down into the actual smithing shop, which, again, just really well designed. You've got iron bars and a barrel in the corner there, some ignits, fantastic, broom and a spade, and of course the anvil, Black Vulcan Knight crest there to show his allegiance, and the forge in the corner, which, again, is just wonderfully designed to put together. Gotta love it. And then, yes, this door opens as well. On the whole, it's hard to beat this set. I think it's just absolutely fantastic. And I hope you like the way I've modified it. All right, so this base plate attaches to the base plate with the medieval blacksmith on it, right next to it. And yeah, so, I put down this little cobble road that runs through the whole MOC. I didn't add any tiles or anything, just the rounded tiles here, which I think works fine. I didn't have any of the others anyway, so maybe in the future I'll expand on those techniques. But this tree was one of the last that I built. I think I was running out of pieces at the time, but it worked pretty well, turned out well. I like it. Little squirrel on top there, some mushrooms beneath. I love the sand green foliage. I think I'm going to use a lot more of that in the future. But yeah, I wanted to have a lantern, and then this horse belongs to one of the knights that's just around the corner over here. This is a stone stables that I made for the horse that the blacksmith and the huntress own. There she is, popping her head out through the door there. And then, yeah, here we have the knight whose horse is just around the corner. So you can see a little bit more of this scene. Yeah, the top of this comes off very easily. It's on hinges and just pops right off. Have a look down inside here. There's just some grasses, herbs of the forest in the corner there for the horse to eat. You got a broom and a spade and a bucket for water. yeah, simple, very simple. I want to build some wooden stables that will look a lot more fancy in the future, but I figured this worked well for the blacksmith and the hunters who have just sort of moved into this area and utilizing a building that was already in existence. So there you go. We're just going to pan around this way. Here are two of the black vulcanites with black capes. I'm going to call this the black cape contingent because why not? You know, I used the black helmets and just a lot of black legs for this because it was cheaper to begin with, though I really do like the pearl gray look that a lot of other people use with the black vulcanites. But hey, nice little flower in the hair of that black vulcanite there because, you know, it's spring, they're having a good time. There's a ladybug on that flower there. And in the corner there, you can see the helmet of the black vulcanite around the corner, and she's got a flower in her helmet too, which I thought was kind of a nice little addition. Little bird on the treetop there along with the squirrel. Again, you know, I think this tree worked out well, and yeah, I'm happy enough with it. But so that's kind of a look at my first pre-built base plate. Hope you liked it. All right, so just wanted to give you a view of both base plates put together, detail more of the scene, I guess. I think the horse and the dog have a good friendship, you know, good pals, they are, good pals. But yeah, just sort of expanding on what's happening here. I haven't really talked about it, but underneath this stairway, there's a wood pile, which is really well designed, and I use that technique again a little bit later in the MOC, so I'll detail that when we get there. But yeah, just giving you all angles here. You see the black vulcanite there waving goodbye to the huntress. And you've got a little scene unfolding here on the cobblestones. You know, I think that black vulcan archer has just cracked a joke of some sort, and the crossbowman is having a good chuckle at that. You'll get a look at his reaction in more detail over here. Also just wanted to give you a good sort of through look at both plates put together, you know, all the way through to the blacksmith over there. Get a better look at the helmet with the flower in it. Yeah, so much fun. I enjoy, you know, building these little scenes. It's really one of the most enjoyable parts of all this. You know, give everything momentum and life. It's fun. It's cool. But yeah, you know, I'm also gonna refine my filming techniques and hopefully have it be less wobbly in the future. Things that I will learn. Thanks for bearing with me. But yeah, many things I need to refine. That being one. So in the chest over here, there are some gold coins, which payment for services rendered. Yeah, fun stuff. Hope you enjoyed that. Just wanted to give a quick close-up of the minifigs that I used on these two base plates. You can see for some of the black vulcanites, I have the printed legs, the nice printed legs with the pearl gray. I hope to change those all out at some point in the near future. But lots of fun mini heads that I managed to find and scavenge. The huntress and the blacksmith have wonderful prints on their heads too, both double-sided, and I love their torsos, and the legs are pretty decent as well. So just great additions overall, easy to find on lego.com now as well. So yeah, there you go. Thank you so much for showing up today and choosing to view this MOC. I'm very grateful to you. Hopefully you've enjoyed the content, and I'm really hoping that we can carry this on into future builds and continue the story. Just have fun with all this stuff. If you've liked what you've seen here today and you would like to see more, please hit that subscribe button. There you go. There's that shameless solicitation. But hey, that's kind of how this whole thing works. So again, I'm very appreciative, and yeah, please show up next week. We'll detail the next two base plates and carry this forward. All right, bye-bye now.